Buenas tardes a todos. Nuevamente mil disculpas por la tardanza, por los problemas técnicos que hemos tenido. Yo soy Belén González. Muchísimas gracias por acompañarnos en este espacio. Continuamos con el ciclo de charlas de BECAL que venimos dando a lo largo de todo lo que fue el mes de marzo y también este mes de abril. Como les decía, yo soy Belén González, soy la responsable de Planificación y Relaciones Interinstitucionales en BECAL. Me complace darles la bienvenida a este webinar. Estamos aquí con Fátima Franco, que es la coordinadora general del programa BECAL, que nos acompaña el día de hoy, y el señor Ryan Miles, que es representante de la Universidad de Surrey en Reino Unido. Ellos nos van a estar compartiendo información clave sobre las opciones de estudio, los requisitos y los beneficios disponibles con BECAL. Antes de comenzar, les recuerdo si tienen alguna pregunta, duda, comentario con respecto a ya sea BECAL o la Universidad de Surrey, pueden dejar todos sus comentarios y sus preguntas en el chat de Teams, que vamos a estar respondiendo al final de la sesión cada una de las consultas que tengan. Si se sienten más cómodos en español, no hay ningún problema. Tanto Fátima como yo podemos hacer la traducción de las consultas o de las dudas que tengan para hacerle llegar a Ryan lo que le quieren decir. Así que le cedo la palabra a la coordinadora Fátima para que pueda iniciar su presentación y muchas gracias por acompañarnos.
Muchas gracias, Belén. Un saludo a Ryan, a todos los presentes. Entonces, bueno, vamos a iniciar. Yo voy a iniciar comentándoles un poco sobre lo que es el Programa Nacional de Becas Carlos Antonio López, que es un programa que se enfoca en la excelencia académica y está destinado a egresados universitarios que desean realizar sus estudios de posgrado en el exterior. Este año es un año muy importante para nosotros porque estamos cumpliendo 10 años de implementación del programa en Paraguay. Y sobre todo queremos potenciar más nuestro objetivo, que es aumentar los niveles de generación y aplicación de conocimientos en áreas de ciencia, tecnología, innovación, investigación. A lo largo de estos 10 años tenemos más de 3.500 becarios que han sido seleccionados en alguna de las modalidades de becas que otorga BECAL. Y estos becarios vienen representados de todos los departamentos del país. Entonces BECAL tiene un alcance nacional muy importante. Al día de hoy tenemos 681 becarios que están activos cursando alguna de las modalidades de becas alrededor de todo el mundo. Tenemos becarios en Estados Unidos, en el Reino Unido, en Australia, en Nueva Zelanda, y todos ellos se especializan en áreas que son áreas prioritarias con el desarrollo de Paraguay. Las oportunidades de estudios a través de BECAL pueden ser maestrías, doctorados, postdoctorados, especializaciones y movilidad internacional de grado, en áreas que abarcan, por ejemplo, las ciencias naturales, la ingeniería y tecnología, la medicina y salud, ciencias agrícolas, ciencias sociales, todas áreas prioritarias, como había mencionado, para el desarrollo de nuestro país. El financiamiento de BECAL, en el caso de las maestrías, alcanza hasta un monto máximo de $50.000 por una duración máxima de 24 meses. Para los doctorados es de $90.000 y una duración máxima de 48 meses. Para los postdoctorados de $30.000 y hasta 24 meses. Y la movilidad internacional de grado, que es la posibilidad de realizar un semestre de intercambio mientras el estudiante está realizando su carrera de grado, alcanza hasta un monto de $10.000 por un semestre académico. Y tenemos también las especializaciones que van desde un monto de $8.000 a $5.600. El financiamiento de BECAL abarca diferentes beneficios, que son la matrícula del programa de estudios, el seguro médico, manutención, pasajes, compra de libros y materiales académicos y también asignaciones para la instalación y el regreso. En este momento justamente tenemos abierta la convocatoria de posgrados al exterior, que va desde el mes de marzo hasta el mes de mayo, para que estos postulantes o los becarios seleccionados inicien sus estudios en el segundo semestre del año. Luego, otra posibilidad de convocatoria es la que vamos a llamar en el mes de septiembre, que va de septiembre a noviembre con la posibilidad de iniciar los estudios de posgrado en el primer semestre del siguiente año. Todo el proceso de postulación se realiza en línea a través del sistema de postulación a instrumentos y en cada convocatoria se definen unas guías de bases y condiciones que están disponibles en nuestro sitio web. Entonces, lo primero que debe hacer un interesado es revisar en detalle la guía de bases y condiciones y abrir una postulación en el SPI para adjuntar todos los documentos requeridos en la convocatoria. Entonces, con eso finalizo mi presentación y quería, I wanted to tell Ryan that this is a very special year for us because we are turning 10 years. It's our anniversary. So our program is very important in Paraguay. So we hope to get more scholars that are specialized in master's or PhD programs on areas that are related to the development of our country. So now I would like to give this webinar for you, and so you can start your presentation and we can know more about the University of Surrey and the possibilities of study and the relation that we have between BECAL and the university.
Well, yeah, just wanted to say, to start off with, Feliz cumpleaños, happy 10th birthday.
Thank you, gracias.
Can you see my screen properly?
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's great. 1 second. Hello, everyone. Good evening and warm greetings to all our attendees from Paraguay and beyond. Welcome to this BECAL postgraduate webinar in collaboration with the University of Surrey. My name is Ryan Miles, and I'm the Regional Manager for the Americas and Europe at the University of Surrey. It's truly a pleasure to be with you today for this joint session with BECAL, Paraguay's prestigious scholarship program. Before we begin, I'd love to encourage a bit of interaction, so please feel free to say hello in the chat and let us know where you're joining from. Whether you're in Asunción, Ciudad del Este, or enjoying some refreshing terere in the Paraguayan countryside, we're excited to have you here. Today's session is all about introducing you to the University of Surrey and showing you how our university can be the perfect place for your postgraduate studies. Over the next roughly 30 minutes, I will introduce the University of Surrey, who we are, a bit of our history, and what makes us special. I'll align Surrey's strengths with BECAL's goals, highlighting our academic and research excellence in areas highly relevant to BECAL, such as education, science and technology, public health, environment, and innovation. I'll also showcase our postgraduate offerings, the programs that we offer, the faculties, and the flexible start dates, including both September and February intakes. And then I'll go through the student experience and support we offer, what life is like on campus, how we support international students before and after arrival, and the outcomes our graduates achieve. And of course, I encourage your questions. We'll have a Q&A towards the end, but can you drop your questions in the chat anytime and I'll address as many as possible in the Q&A segment. All right, let's get started. What I'm going to do initially, just play a short 2-minute video just so you can get an overview of what the University in Surrey is like. I hope that video played well across to you and hope it's streamed well. Sometimes it lags a little bit. Let me begin with a quick look at who we are and where we come from. The University of Surrey has a rich history that underpins our modern excellence. In 1891, we were founded as the Battersea Polytechnic Institute in London, with a focus on science and technology from the very start. This means that from day one, over 130 years ago, our mission has been to deliver practical, scientific education and research. A mission that very much continues today and aligns with BECAL's emphasis on science and innovation. We later became the Battersea College of Technology, and in 1962, the institution moved from London to Guildford, the town we now call home. A few years later, in 1966, we were officially established as the University of Surrey by Royal Charter. So, we'll also be celebrating our birthday, but next year, we'll be celebrating 60 years as a university. Despite our new location back then, we never lost our original focus on science and technology. Fast forward to more recent milestones. In 1985, we opened the Surrey Research Park, which is now home to over 200 companies and 2,500 staff. This is a hub of innovation and entrepreneurship right next to campus, something I'll touch on later as it highlights how we collaborate with industry, which is great for those of you who are interested in innovation and practical research. In 2006, we established the Surrey International Institute in China, reflecting our global outlook. And in 2016, we celebrated our 125th anniversary as an institution and were named University of the Year by the Times and Sunday Times Good University Guide. It's such a testament to how far we've come in quality. So from 1891 all the way to today, Surrey has grown from a small science college in London to a world-class research-intensive university. We carry forward a legacy of scientific excellence and practical education. This strong foundation means if you choose Surrey, you'll join an institution with deep roots and a proven track record of innovation, which I know is something that BECAL values highly. With that background in mind, let's talk about who leads our university and what our community looks like today. At Surrey, we're proud to have leadership that reflects both tradition and global vision. Our ceremonial head, the Chancellor, is His Royal Highness the Duke of Kent. Yes, a member of the British royal family. He has been our Chancellor since 1976, providing a sense of continuity and tradition. On the other hand, our day-to-day leadership is handled by our President and Vice-Chancellor, Professor Max Liu. Professor Liu is an accomplished chemical engineer and materials scientist who joined us in 2016 after a distinguished career in Australia and Asia. Under his guidance, Surrey has strengthened its global research collaborations and innovative teaching methods. So we truly have the best of both worlds in leadership, royal heritage and international academic excellence at the helm. Now, what does our university community look like today? Surrey is a medium-sized university by UK standards. We've got about 16,500 students, including roughly 5,000 international students from 136 countries. This means nearly 1/3 of our students come from outside the UK. That means we have a very diverse and global campus. In fact, we have over 148,000 alumni from 188 countries. So no matter where you go in the world, yes, even in Paraguay, you're likely to find a Surrey graduate. We would love for you to become part of our ever-growing international family. Importantly, Surrey is world-class and research intensive. We consistently rank among the top universities in the UK across various metrics. For instance, we were 11th in the UK for overall student satisfaction in the latest National Student Survey. This tells you that our students are happy with their experience here. Quality of education and student experience go hand in hand for us. We also have been climbing the research rankings globally, reflecting the impact of our work in science, technology, health, and more. To put it simply, when you join Surrey, you join a truly global, high-quality institution. You'll meet peers from all over the world, work with professors who are leading experts, and benefit from a university that is large enough to have cutting-edge facilities, but also focused enough to give you a personal, supportive experience. By the way, feel free to type in chat what field of study or research you're interested in, be it education, engineering, public health, environmental science, data science, etc. I'm curious to know, and I'll try to mention something related to your field as we go along. Now, university is not just about academics and rankings. A huge part of your postgraduate experience will be the day-to-day life on campus. And at Surrey, we pride ourselves on providing a vibrant, safe, and supportive student environment. Surrey has a thriving students' union and over 170 clubs and societies, covering everything from sports to arts, cultural groups, academic interests, and more. So whatever your hobby or passion, you'll find a community for it here. Do you love football or basketball? We have teams and sports clubs. If you're into music or drama, we have plenty of societies for those. If you enjoy dance, debating, gaming, or volunteer work, there's a club for you. And I suspect some of you might start a Latin American or Paraguayan society, if one doesn't exist yet. A great way to share your culture. Maybe you can teach others about terere and Paraguayan traditions. The point is, you won't be bored at Surrey. There's a rich social life and extracurricular scene, which is important for balancing the stress of postgraduate studies. Beyond fun and clubs, we take student support very seriously. The campus is very much a caring community. We provide well-being, academic and security support. That means if you ever need help, be it health services, counselling, academic advice, or even a late night security escort, we have services around the clock. We know many of you will be far from home, about 10,000 kilometers, I think, from Paraguay to Guildford, and we want you and your families to feel at ease. I'm happy to share that Guildford, our town, was ranked the safest place in England for students. It's a comfortable, welcoming town where the university and local community have a great relationship. I'm confident that you'll feel the same warmth and security here. So excellent academics, supportive campus life, that's the Surrey combo. Next, let's talk a bit about how we stack up in terms of academic excellence and rankings, especially in the fields you care about. I know rankings aren't everything, they can be a useful indicator of quality, and Surrey has quite a few achievements we're proud of. Let me highlight a couple that might be of interest for you. Surrey has numerous subjects ranked in the UK's top 10. For example, our hospitality and tourism management programmes are ranked first in the UK and even second in the world. This reflects our long-standing excellence in that field. Relevant if any of you are looking at sustainable tourism or enterprise, which ties into the innovation and economic development, which are key BECAL interests. We are also first in the UK for music, third in the UK for nutrition and food science, according to recent rankings. Why do I mention this? Well, music shows our strength in the creative industries. Surrey has one of the best fine arts and music programs, and nutrition links strongly to public health, an area Paraguay prioritizes. If you care about community health or food science, you'll be learning from some of the top experts here. Many of our engineering and physical sciences subjects are among the top 10 in the UK and top 100 globally. For instance, our electronic engineering and telecommunications research is world-renowned. We host the UK's largest academic 5G and 6G innovation centre, a hub that is defining the future of mobile communications. Surrey is literally a pioneer in communication technology. We have helped develop some of the first satellites and now drive 5G and 6G research. This speaks to our innovation. So if you're into tech, AI, or data science, you'll be in very good hands. In fact, we've recently launched cutting-edge programs like the MSc in Artificial Intelligence and the MSc in Data Science. This taps into Surrey's expertise in computing and AI. These are exactly the kind of science and technology fields that BECAL scholarship holders often pursue, and we excel in them. In the environmental and sustainability domain, we also shine. Our civil and environmental engineering department is highly ranked, with several courses top 10 nationally, and Surrey's research tackles global challenges like climate change, water security, and renewable energy. For example, we have specialists working on sustainable tourism, water treatment technologies, and even Earth observation via satellites for climate monitoring. So, those of you aiming to become environmental leaders will find Surrey's academic environment very enriching. In terms of health and medical sciences at Surrey, there it's another strong suit. We are one of the few universities in the UK that have veterinary medicine, nursing, psychology, and nutrition all in one faculty. Our School of Veterinary Medicine is state-of-the-art and is advancing the One Health, One Medicine approach, linking human and animal health. Meanwhile, our psychology and sports science programs are top ranked, often top 5 in the UK. If you're thinking about public health or biomedical research, you'll be interested to know Surrey researchers are breaking new ground in things like disease prevention, digital health, and biomedicine. To sum up this section, Surrey's academic excellence is well recognised across a wide range of fields. We combine STEM strengths with social sciences and humanities. This breadth is important. For example, improving education, which is one of BECAL's main priorities, isn't just about pedagogy. It might involve technology like e-learning, policy through social science, and even psychology. At Surrey, you can find expertise in all of these areas on one campus, enabling interdisciplinary learning. And crucially, our teaching quality and student satisfaction are high. That means you'll not only be in a top programme, you'll also be well supported and taught in an engaging way. Now, you might be wondering, great, Surrey sounds impressive, but what can I actually study there and how? Let's talk about our postgraduate study options and how they fit your needs. One big plus for international postgraduate students is flexibility in start dates. At Surrey, many of our master's programs and even some of our PhDs offer start dates in both September and February. This means you aren't always forced to wait a whole year if you miss one intake. For example, if you are awarded a BECAL scholarship and due to timing, September 25 is too soon, you could potentially start in February 2026 for a number of courses. We introduced the February starts to accommodate different academic calendars and to give students more choices. It's a sign that Surrey is listening to what international students need. Now, let me give you a quick overview of our academic structure. The University of Surrey is organised into 3 faculties, which cover all of our departments and fields of study. First, we have the Faculty of Arts, Business and Social Sciences. This faculty includes Surrey Business School, the School of Hospitality and Tourism Management, the School of Law, the School of Arts and Creative Industries, the Department of Politics and International Relations, and Guildford School of Acting. In other words, business, management, economics, tourism, law, arts, languages, sociology, politics, and education. All of these fall under this umbrella. If you're interested in areas like educational leadership, public policy, innovation in business, or creative industries, this faculty has you covered. Fun fact, as I said earlier, the hospitality and tourism programs in this faculty are ranked top in the world. And also our Surrey MBA and management programs are also accredited and highly regarded. Next, we have the Faculty of Engineering and Physical Sciences. This includes, be that civil, mechanical, aerospace, electrical, or chemical, plus computer science, mathematics, physics, and chemistry. Essentially, all the hard sciences and technology fields. If you're dreaming of building satellites, developing the next big fintech software, doing cutting-edge research in quantum physics or renewable energy engineering, FEPS is your home. For example, our computer science department not only teaches programming and data science, but also is heavily involved in cybersecurity and AI research. Our civil and environmental engineering department is focused on sustainable infrastructure and environmental solutions. This is very relevant if you aim to improve water systems or green energy back home. And as noted, our electronic engineering department hosts the 5G and 6G Innovation Centre, working with companies like Huawei and Airbus on next generation technology. Many programs here also offer an optional placement and internship, even at master's level, to get practical experience. Last but not least, we have the Faculty of Health and Medical Sciences. This covers everything in the bio and health realm. The School of Biosciences, the School of Veterinary Medicine, the School of Health Sciences, and the School of Psychology, and also our new School of Medicine. If you want to do a Master's in Public Health, a research degree in microbiology, or perhaps study nutritional sciences, FHMS has programs for you. A lot of our research here is directly aligned with improving health outcomes, from studying human nutrition and food security to veterinary research on zoonotic diseases, and from clinical psychology to sports and exercise science. We even had Team Great Britain athletes training on our campus for the Olympics. For Paraguay's priority in public health and environmental health, you'd be interested in, say, our One Health MSc or Environmental Psychology PhD, which combine environment and health disciplines. What's great is that all three faculties combine and collaborate too. So you could be in engineering, but work with the business school if you're designing a product and want to market it, or be in health sciences and take an elective from social sciences if you're interested in health policy. Basically, whatever your field, Surrey likely has a high quality program for it, with expert faculty and excellent facilities. Before moving on, I also want to mention research opportunities. If you're considering a PhD or research-based master's, Surrey is very active in research across all of these faculties. We have research centres focusing on things like sustainability, artificial intelligence, digital health, and innovation in health. Our ethos is applying knowledge to shape a better world, meaning we love research that has real-world impact. For example, our engineers are designing clean water solutions for communities. Our psychologists are improving interventions for mental health. Our business school researches sustainable entrepreneurship. As BECAL scholars, you'd be in a position to not only learn from this research, but maybe participate in it and bring back valuable experience to Paraguay. It's an exciting prospect. Now, let's say by now you're thinking, this sounds great. What does it take to get admitted as a postgraduate student at Surrey? Let's go over the entry requirements and application essentials, including how BECAL fits in. The entry requirements for the University of Surrey postgraduate programs can vary by course, but I'll give you a general overview, especially tailored for students from Paraguay. For most master's degree at Surrey, we require the equivalent of a UK bachelor's degree with a good grade. For Paraguay, this typically means we accept the El Título de Licenciado, which is your undergraduate licenciate degree or an engineering degree, for example. with a score of roughly 3 out of 5 overall, or about 70% on average. This may change, though, dependent upon BECAL's requirements for their scholarship programme. This is a general guideline for us, but some programmes might ask for a bit higher if they're very competitive or specialised. For example, an MSc in Artificial Intelligence might ask for a stronger quantitative background. But overall, if you have a good GPA from your Paraguayan university, you meet the academic threshold for many of our postgraduate courses. Of course, we'll assess each application individually. If you're unsure, you can always send us your transcript and we can advise. In terms of English language requirements, since the medium of instruction is English, you'll need to demonstrate English proficiency. Typically, we ask for an IELTS score of 6.5 to 7. For example, an MBA or Humanities MA might require 6.5, whereas if you wanted to study in the UK on a course like journalism, which is quite English intensive, or English literature, you'd be looking at an IELTS score of 7 due to the level of language needed. We also accept other tests like TOEFL or Duolingo. The exact requirement depends on the programme and will be listed on our website. However, if your English is just below the requirement, don't panic. We also offer pre-sessional English courses. You can apply directly to Surrey. Being part of this BECAL cohort, you should coordinate your application time in with the BECAL scholarship deadlines. Typically, you'd either apply directly through BECAL to us, or you could apply to us directly and then get the offer letter and use that to secure your scholarship. We're familiar with BECAL, and our admissions team will assist you in providing any necessary documents that you need for them. So communication is key. Let us know you're a BECAL applicant when you apply. Aside from BECAL's funding, there's also separate scholarship schemes in place for both undergraduate and postgraduate entry. Don't let your finances or requirements be a barrier. Talk to us. We are happy to guide BECAL scholars through the process. And one more thing on entry requirements. If you have any doubt about your qualifications, say you've already done a master's already, or you have significant work experience, include all of that in your application. Surrey takes a holistic view. Sometimes experience can help if your grades are a little bit lower. For certain courses, like an MBA, they might ask for an interview instead of a specific grade. We'll also make sure to know exactly what's going on when you need to choose a chosen program. All right, now you know what it takes to get in academically. Next, let's talk about what happens after you're in, specifically how we support your career development and what outcomes our graduates achieve. One big question you probably have is, what opportunities will I have after graduating from Surrey? Ultimately, you're invested in education to advance your career and make an impact. The good news is Surrey has an excellent record in producing industry-ready graduates, and we provide robust career support services to help you achieve your professional goals. Let's start with the outcomes. 94% of our international graduates are in employment or further study within 15 months of graduating. And the average salary of an international Surrey graduate 15 months after graduation is about £35,800 per year. That translates roughly to about 320 million guaranis per year, if you're curious. These figures are higher than many other universities, indicating that Surrey grads are highly valued in the job market. This is a quote from one of our students called João Miguel. João was an undergraduate student doing a placement, but the principle applies to postgraduate students too. Surrey's connections and focus on practical experience can open amazing doors. In his case, working at a UK government department dealing with environment and agriculture. As postgraduates, some of you might not do a year-long placement, but you could engage in a shorter internship or an industry-linked dissertation project. And certainly through our careers fairs, you could end up working for companies like HSBC, Unilever, Google, or lots of different types of NGOs, many of which hire Surrey grads regularly. So the message here is Surrey not only educates you, it also propels you into your future career. Whether your goal is to return to Paraguay and take on a leadership role in the government, or work through an international organisation, or maybe even stay in the UK for a while to gain global work experience, we will support you every step of the way. Now, let's switch gears to another important aspect of your experience. Where will you live and what's life like outside the classroom? First, geography. The University of Surrey is located in the town of Guildford, which is in the county of Surrey, and it's about 34 minutes on the train southwest of central London. Yes, we're very close to London, just over half an hour, and you're in the heart of the capital. This is a big advantage for our students, and you have access to the opportunities and excitement of London without the daily hustle and high costs of living in London. It's like having a peaceful study environment and a big city next door when you want it. We're also conveniently located near two major airports, Heathrow and Gatwick. So when you're coming from Paraguay, likely via Sao Paulo or Madrid, your trip to campus after landing is relatively short. And for any conferences or trips you take during studies, those airports are right there. Now, a bit about Guildford itself. It's a historic, picturesque English town with a modern vibe. It has plenty of shops and over 240 retailers. There's about just over 100 places to eat and drink, and you'll definitely find international cuisine options in town. And yes, there are places to get Latin American food too. Guildford has a weekly market, charming cobbled high street, castles and gardens for those who enjoy history, and also 3 theatres and an art scene. There's even a multi-screen cinema for movie nights, so you'll have entertainment and conveniences at your fingertips. Many students spend weekends exploring the town, enjoy local cafes, or taking walks in the beautiful Surrey Hills. Importantly, Guildford is safe and earlier I mentioned it's ranked the safest student city in England. The community is very used to students around and generally very welcoming. You might find local families attending campus events or our students volunteering in town. It's a nice, close-knit community, and whether you crave a big city experience, you can hop on the train and in just over half an hour, you're in London, ready to explore London's museums, nightlife, or catch a flight. Many students do day trips or weekend outings to London regularly. The university's main campus is called Stag Hill, and we have an adjacent campus area called Manor Park. They are about a 20-minute walk apart, and let me paint a picture for you. Stag Hill campus, which is our main campus, is where you'll find most of the academic buildings. You've also got the library and learning centre there, and the Students' Union. There's also a lot of housing around Stag Hill as well. It's a green campus with a mix of modern and a few older buildings and even a beautiful lake. Most of our faculties have their buildings here. For example, if you study engineering sciences, you'd be on this campus. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes to walk into Guildford Town Centre and also to the train station. Manor Park campus is about 1 mile away, and it's a little bit newer. It's where a lot of our student accommodation is, and also Surrey Sports Park and School of Veterinary Medicine. Think of Manor Park like a mini village, where they've got the modern residences, cafes and social spaces, and also the sports park. It's about a 20-minute walk to Stag Hill and 5 minutes on the bus. We find it's quite a popular campus for our postgraduate students to live in accommodation, just because the rooms there are a little bit newer and they're also slightly quieter environment. The campuses are designed to be self-contained and convenient. On all campuses, you'll find different eateries, from pizza to Korean grab and go, coffee shops, book drugstores, grocery stores. We even have medical centres and a pharmacy. Essentially, everything you need on a daily basis within walking distance on campus or just off campus. Now, regarding accommodation, we guarantee university accommodation for all international students in their first year. This is a huge relief for those coming from abroad, as it means you don't have to worry about finding a place to live on your own. We'll have a room for you if you want it. We have over 6,000 rooms across various residential halls. So there's options to suit all different budgets. Some rooms have shared bathrooms, some rooms have ensuite, and some rooms are even studios. It doesn't matter which one you choose because all of our rooms are fully furnished. You'll have a bed, a desk, a wardrobe, and kitchens are usually shared amongst a flat of 5 to 14 students, depending upon where you choose. Living on campus, you'll truly feel part of the Surrey community. As I mentioned, life on campus is safe and comfortable, almost like home away from home. Our student testimonials often mention how quickly they felt at home in Surrey. We really do our best to make sure you feel welcome and part of a family here. We also have what we like to call a bespoke support package for international students. For instance, we have a group, if we had a group of Paraguayan students coming over, I might host a special Zoom session just for you to answer questions about visas, what to pack. Sometimes British embassies or British Council also run pre-departure briefings that we can participate in as well. And once you arrive, we have an international orientation program before classes begin, where you'll meet with other new international students. And you'll get practical tips about opening a bank account, registering with a doctor, etc., and have some fun welcome activities. During your studies, our student support services, be that welfare, mental health, or campus security, are all 24/7. We also have multi-faith chaplaincy and prayer spaces on campus for those who practice religion. And the chaplaincy is for all faiths and organises social events. You don't have to be religious to join them. Everyone is welcome. The student union also ensures there are lots of social activities all year round, from Freshers Week fairs to cultural celebrations. They do things like Diwali fireworks night, Chinese New Year gala, Latin American food night. Then they do things like end of term parties and more. So while you're busy studying, don't worry, there'll be plenty of opportunity to relax and socialise. By now, I hope you're picturing yourself at Surrey, perhaps walking by the lake on a crisp morning, studying in our high-tech library with a view of Guildford Castle in the distance, grabbing lunch with friends from 3 different continents and feeling both challenged and supported to achieve your goals. We truly believe Surrey offers a perfect blend of academic rigour, supportive community, and a conducive environment for you as BECAL scholars to thrive. We're almost at the end of the webinar, so I'd like to wrap up the main points and then open for questions. In summary, the University of Surrey is a dynamic, innovative university that aligns closely with the academic values and priority areas of BECAL. I also want to say we value our relationship with BECAL and Paraguay. This session today is just the start. We hope to welcome many of you to Surrey and to build a long-term partnership supporting Paraguay's brightest minds. Maybe you will become an ambassador for Surrey and Paraguay in the future, inspiring the next generation. Now, I'd love to hear from you and answer any questions you might have. This could be anything about specific courses, about living in the UK, about how BECAL and Surrey admissions work together, career prospects in a certain fields, campus facilities, or even questions like, do I really have to like tea to survive in England? Yeah, just type your questions in the chat or use the Q&A feature. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ryan, for your presentation. It was very, very nice. I love the pictures from campus. That was lovely. I think people will see and wish to be there already. So I think we have one question from Fernando. He's asking if the Cambridge test is accepted instead of IELTS.
Yeah, we accept many different types of English test instead of IELTS. If the student's not able to do IELTS, we also accept Cambridge English exams as proof of proficiency. It depends on the level of the program they're applying to, but yes, we do accept it.
Great. So on your presentation, he's asking, I think he's typing another question. But in the meantime, I would like to ask you something. We have our call for the first semester now is open from March to May. So the scholars, they can start their studies in the second semester of this year. And my question is, if we have interested applicants now, how much time it will take them to get the acceptance letter from the university?
Usually, the average processing time at the moment is about 4 weeks. So usually when students apply and they've submitted all of their documents, they'll get an initial offer within 4 weeks, whether that's conditional or unconditional.
Great. So we have another question. This question is for me. Fernando is asking me if he can apply. We have an agreement with Chevening. So we have this agreement in Chevening CAL. And we also have another type of scholarship that he can apply. So I will answer him in Spanish. Fernando pregunta si para BECAL, para la Universidad de Surrey, se aplica a través de Chevening o es directo por BECAL como es con otros países. Bueno, en realidad sí se puede aplicar a los dos. Ahora justamente tenemos la convocatoria abierta en la modalidad autogestionada, en la cual vos tenés que solicitar una carta de admisión a la Universidad de Surrey para el programa de tu interés y que esté alineado con las áreas prioritarias. Entonces podés aplicar a esta convocatoria en la modalidad autogestionada. Una vez que tengas la carta de admisión, ya podés aplicar al financiamiento de BECAL, considerando los tiempos que justamente la convocatoria ahora está abierta de marzo a mayo, que es para iniciar los estudios en el segundo semestre del año. Y la siguiente convocatoria será en el mes de septiembre a noviembre para iniciar los estudios en el primer semestre del 2026. A través de Chevening, ahora justamente está la convocatoria, está en proceso de evaluación y de entrevistas. Así que no está abierta todavía la convocatoria, pero la convocatoria se va a abrir nuevamente antes de finalizar el año. Entonces también es una opción a la cual podés aplicar, siempre teniendo en cuenta los tiempos de postulación.
Sí, para complementar nomás lo que está diciendo Fátima, la convocatoria de Chevening tenés que estar atento a las páginas, las redes sociales de la embajada británica, que ellos siempre informan ahí cuando inician. Normalmente inician a mitad de agosto hasta noviembre, está abierta la postulación ahí. Así que mantenete nomás atento a las redes sociales de la embajada, que vas a poder buscar más información sobre Chevening ahí. Pero sí,
y
como
también
dice
las redes sociales de BECAL,
para
sí,
BECAL,
también lo anunciaron.
Sí. I have a question for Ryan. Sorry, I'm with my camera off because I'm in a moving vehicle. So Ryan, I was wondering,
we can.
Sorry, Ryan. Yes.
Yes.
I was wondering if you have any PhDs for public policy at Surrey, because that's the one I want to do.
Was there anything specifically in public policy?
Maybe related to education or economics, which are both of my main areas right now.
Okay. That's great. We don't really have a program title PhD in public policy. You could basically put together a proposal, and it's something that we would then define whether we have any researchers on campus who have a specialism in that type of field. It would probably come through to Politics and International Relations Department, which sits within our Faculty of Arts, Business and Social Sciences. Yeah, we've had students in the past who've studied things like education reform, environmental policy, digital governance, global health policy. So yeah, if you're interested to kind of research to impact public policy, I would say you can definitely pursue it with us.
First, or should I contact the International Admissions Office first?
The best thing to do is to do a little bit of research, independent research, by going through. You can see the research themes on our website. If you go to the study tab and then put postgraduate research, it shows the types of PhD programs that we offer. If you don't see anything that kind of aligns with what you want to do, you can always contact me and I can start asking the faculties for you.
Thank you, Ryan.
No worries, Belen.
I thought for you as well, from Fernando. In the chat, it says that who is the contact if they want the admission letter from the university? Is it you?
Yeah, I can be the first point of contact. And the great thing about that is when you make an application, if you've got me as a contact, I can then check with the admissions team on your behalf. And if there's any kind of questions about the qualifications that you provide, or if they maybe don't understand certain certificates or transcripts that you send through, I can guide them through the process as well. So yeah, I would say always have me as your first point of contact.
Thank you, Ryan. Are there any other questions?
If Fernando needs help as well, I can also run through the application form with him, because I know it can sometimes be quite an intimidating process.
Excellent. That's incredible, because yeah, that will be very helpful, because sometimes you get a little lost with so many documents.
Yes.
And
yeah, luckily
to apply to the university.
Well, I think luckily our postgraduate application is quite self-explanatory, but I'm always happy to help. So if I don't mind doing one-on-one sessions with students when they apply, just to help them.
Excellent.
Thank you, Ryan. Can you leave your contact in the chat for people to probably you already show that in your presentation, but I think it would be just best to reinforce that. There we go. Thank you, Ryan.
No worries. You can contact me about anything, even if it's not officially about wanting to apply. If it's about life in the UK, I'm happy to answer questions.
Muchas gracias, Ryan. No sé si hay alguna otra pregunta por parte de la audiencia.
De nada.
Your Spanish is very good, actually. Your pronunciation.
No. Oh, no, it's not. I just learned a tiny bit.
Well, si no hay más preguntas de la audiencia, muchísimas gracias por haberse conectado el día de hoy. Disculpen nuevamente las dificultades técnicas que tuvimos. Son gajes del oficio, como se dice. Gracias por acompañarnos. Gracias, Fátima. Thank you, Ryan, for being here with us today. I know it's very late there in the UK. So thank you for giving us your time and patience to go through this presentation and answer all the questions. It's been a blast, and hope we can see you
been great.
in Paraguay or in Surrey soon.
Yes, both would be great. Gracias, Belen.
Thank you so much, Ryan. Muchas gracias
Gracias,
a todos.
Fatima. Nice to meet you.
Nice
And
to meet you too.
thank you for your questions as well.
Well, we will
Thank
see
you.
soon.
Bye.
Okay, hopefully see you soon. And
Hasta
enjoy your...
pronto.
Bye-bye, take care.
Ciao, ciao.